Hello, and welcome to Cindy's Corner. We have a great, fun book today. Of course, it's another Pete the Cat, and I know y'all like Pete the Cat. And I'm going to dedicate this book today to one of my former students, Ariel Delgado. She was one of my students at Port Lavaca, and now she is around San Antonio. And so she loved Pete the Cat. And so I want to read this book. And boys and girls, it's a little bit about subtraction too. So you pay attention to the subtraction problems. Pete the Cat. And you know you're going to have to sing along. And his four groovy buttons. It's got all color buttons, doesn't he? And this is called what, Ariel? The title page. The title page. And on our title page, we have Pete the Cat and his four groovy buttons. And it's written, what is that person called that writes the story? Correct. Eric Litwin is our author. And the art is done by James Dean, who was the creator of Pete the Cat. So what is the art person called? Illustrator. Good job. Good job, illustrator. Okay, are we ready? Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with four big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. There's four. My buttons, my buttons, my four groovy buttons, my buttons, my buttons, my four groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Groovy. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons, my buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. He's skateboarding. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept singing his song. My buttons, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my buttons, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Here he goes. The ice cream truck's here. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my button, my one groovy button. My button, my button, my one groovy button. There he goes. He's going surfing. He's down at the beach. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt. What do you think he saw? His belly button! And he kept on singing his song. It's all good. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. Now, if you enjoyed our Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons, draw me a picture of your Pete the Cat, and perhaps you want to put however many buttons you like on him, or just his belly button. And how many buttons? Make me a subtraction problem. Share it in your comments, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out, just like I did Ariel. Have a great day, and remember, make sure you give it a couple of thumbs up, and tell your friends, and make sure you subscribe to Cindy's Corner, because you don't want to miss what's coming next.